This contract, that's track of the water, yeah, all that. I will glad.
Yeah, so if you have to serve as a buffer date ready between before they can accommodate you.
Yeah.
Just switch your date. So
Oh, yeah.
if they were gonna throw stuff, yeah.
Well, he sat over here last night because he wasn't feeling well, so he was trying
Oh, he was
to
trying, yes, true.
keep me from getting.
I had been sick, so, yeah.
I just wanted you to be aware, if they throw stuff.
In case, yeah.
Now, they don't hit you.
I have been known to throw things.
They don't know about it.
Good job today.
She's already printed it off.
Amazing.
Thank you. Well, look who's here.
Hey, doing great, how are you?
All right.
How was your trip?
Didn't I come back?
I understand that.
Did not rain one day.
It didn't rain at all, that's good.
70s, 80s every day. Yes, we are. And I have. So this is what we're doing. That's the resolution. So you need to open for public comments on the additional appropriations. And then that will be signed to the board. That's the date of the ordinance. That's better than signing it.
I didn't notice one of that.
Appropriation, I think you've already signed it.
Takes care of that.
There's two different documents, everybody has to sign.
Or.
So you open it.
You gotta get understand, I mean, why we're doing it. That's all I've done, just I'll probably screw it up.
It's a little different than.
However you want to.
Right.
But I just
The board
want
doesn't have to approve it. But we still wanna have it.
No, you need to. Well, that's gotta be.
I know, that's what I thought, I didn't think we did it. Do you, I mean, do you do that? Okay. Everybody ready? Go with it. Okay. Thank you all for coming. We're gonna call it open. First order of business tonight, we have a public hearing for an additional appropriation. Amy, would you like to explain that, please?
Yes, we're doing an additional appropriation for our budget, for our edit fund. Probably my mistake, it got left off our initial budget of appropriating our edit funds so we can spend our edit funds. So we've got it for $300,000. We asked for additional appropriation. We submit the paperwork, pass the resolution, and it's all good. So that's what we're doing for tonight.
So, the public hearing is now open. Is there anybody like to speak for or against? Seeing none? The motion to close?
Second.
In second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We gotta do this in the regular meeting. Okay, we'll call the regular town council meeting to order. It's 6:32. Tom, you wanna do the invocation?
Sure.
Please stand.
Dear Father, we just thank you for this town award and everything that you're doing with this town. And we just ask special prayers, Lord, we always do for the student body and the police officers, the first responders, and be with this board tonight in our decision making. And we just thank you for, again, for this, and we look forward to better days of weather. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Amy, please.
Tom Roberts,
Here.
Adam Jones.
Here.
Randy Hurley. Here. Steve Rogan. Bill Walters.
Okay, we're gonna jump just a little bit. Tom, I'll turn it over to you.
Yes.
We got some people that need to get back on the road, so.
So we're gonna let Commonwealth and Baker Tilly. So which one of you, we just like a little intro, maybe you're best to go first, Darren.
That's
Just
fine.
talk about the project a little bit and.
Yeah, if you guys remember, back in August, I was here presenting a contract amendment for a preliminary engineering report, a PER, for our water system upgrades in town, just to look at a 20-year growth and see what's happening. I think the main focus of that was the treatment plant itself, to see how it can handle the growth, because it's currently not, from our analysis so far to date, it's not quite up to snuff to handle the growth that we're anticipating for the town over the 20-year period. So that's kind of the focus of what we've been looking at. That report is we're writing that report with the goal of going through the Indiana Finance Authority, the State Revolving Fund Loan Program, SRF, just like we did on a stormwater project we did a few years ago for you guys as well. So that deadline for that report is to submit by April 1st. Our goal is by March 31st. Baker Tilly would be assisting. Part of that report, I guess, is there's a financial aspect of that report, but there's also an asset management plan that needs to be done in ANP, and that's where Baker Tilly comes in. We have to do a certification. The town has to do a certification of that process, where we look at the technical, managerial, and financial aspects of your water system for that ANP. Commonwealth already did the technical and managerial sections of that when you guys got that grant from SRF several months ago. But now Baker Tilly tonight presumably will be put under contract to do the financial aspect of that ANP. And then when that's done, we can certify that, and that certification has to go in as part of the PER application process before that April 1st deadline, or else they would not score you guys. So we want to be scored, see where that might fall on the project priority list from SRF. If the project scores well, then maybe it'll be in a fundable range where you'll get improved interest rates or to want to pursue that project through design and construction. Time will tell where that will fall, but that's usually in the July timeframe when that scoring takes place. And then we can kind of go from there. But right now, we're just in the process of doing all the technical evaluation for the PER to get that ready for that submission later in March.
So is it eligible for a loan and or a grant, or is just a loan, or?
I mean, I think time will tell, but I mean, as of right now, it'd be most likely loan more than grant is my guess. I think there might be an Oak Brook portion of this that we might want to also pursue. I think, Tom, last time we spoke on this subject, that the town is sort of on the bubble of meeting the MHI requirements to be Okra eligible. I think a full income survey would have to be done to really test that market.
We completed the income survey and we did qualify.
Excellent.
We was given a green light by Okra. I just got that, what was it, 2 weeks ago, whatever, we got approved, so.
Good. I've tried to get in touch with.
I'm trying to remember exactly, I think it was 53.71.
Okay.
And
I
they
don't-
told us to move forward.
I need to talk with the grant administrator. Is it Mike Kleinpeter that's going
Yes,
to work with you
Mike
guys? Yeah,
Kleinpeter.
I'm actually in touch with him. We're meeting, I think, tomorrow to discuss this further. But hopefully that we can push that through and that can help buy down what rate impacts there might be for a project of that size. Now, I don't know what that project size is going to be yet. I think there's been some rumors floating around that it's 5 million or something like that. And when I talked to Baker Tilly and we initiated that discussion when they're going to do the ANP, we were in early stages of where that PER number was at, and I just threw out a number like 3 to 5 million. I don't know where that's going to land, and I don't know what the impact that might have on your rates. We're not at that point yet. I don't know where that number is. Even today, I can't tell you what that number is. But in the next few weeks, we will have that number. I'll have a better idea of it, and then we'll consult with Baker Tilly, and they can kind of continue on with their A and P analysis. And we'll all be together and we'll see what path forward we want to do. And then I'll kind of branch off that Okra portion of it as well. See how much we can take advantage of that as well to keep rates down.
And so Baker Tilly is here, and they're here to talk about their financial aspect of this whole process. So
Yeah, so I'll introduce us. So I'm Andre Riley. I'm actually going to be the principal if you do, the council so chooses to move forward with us, I will be the principal, so kind of leading the engagement. Joey Mazzy, will be project manager, and so he'll be, doing I think we've already sent you a preliminary timeline along with the data request. It just came out probably when you were on vacation, so we'll send that around to you again.
No, I've got,
We have it.
You do have it? Okay,
I may
great.
not have sent it on to the board,
Pretty
Okay.
sure you did not.
Okay.
so I will forward it to them
I found.
while you're
Yes.
speaking.
So we do think it is a great thing to, kind of formalize the contract of like what we're gonna do, when we're gonna do it, and then when you expect the turnaround time, just so it's not ambiguous. And so I'll turn it over to Joey to kind of speak to, kind of what that process looks like and, the timeline.
Yeah, so based on the timeline that we sent around, I think we sent the data request around, and I think we gave a 2-week turnaround for that, which would put us, first, second week of March, or the second or third week of February. And then we are ideally targeting to get the financial section of the asset management plan to the town for review by the first week of March, and gather any input from the town on what they like, what they don't like, and if there are any changes that can be made. And then we will eventually hand over the asset management plan financial section to Commonwealth, who we're going to be working hand in hand with throughout this entire process. Ideally by the second week of March, that they have 2 weeks to kind of gather all the materials and finalize it, and then submit the certification of the asset management plan into SRF. And so basically what our portion of the asset management plan is going to entail is that we're going to take the financial records based on the most recent calendar year and project forward 20 years what your revenues and expenses are going to look like. And a big part of that driver is what Commonwealth's technical section is going to be about, is what the needs of the system are going to be, whether that's maintaining current, existing assets, improving current assets, also building new assets, and whether or not we want to cash fund those projects or end up financing those projects. And that'll have a, that's gonna be the biggest driver of where your rates are gonna land. And so one of the things that SRF does look at when, in that scoring process that was mentioned earlier, was kind of the financial impact on your customers, what this project, as well as maintaining your system, is going to cost your users. And the greater the financial impact, in theory, the greater the chance that your project would be ranked higher. And I'm not saying that's the end all be all factor. There's other factors that kind of go into the scoring process, but that is a big driver of kind of what goes into that ranking and scoring process. And so that kind of summarizes what we're going to be doing. And again, we'll be working hand in hand with Commonwealth throughout this entire process, just kind of make sure we're crossing our T's and dotting our I's and putting together the most competitive application into the state revolving fund in order to give you guys the best chance of getting scored in that fundable range.
So I did, not that I failed at everything, because we did talk on the phone, because they needed to get started. Everybody remember that?
We did.
And we kind of approved it on the phone, saying we do a formal approval tonight. So I guess I would make a motion to, and one other technicality, I know we approved your PER back in August, but they can't find it in the minutes, so I want to go ahead and do it again.
Sure.
Okay, just to make it,
Do you have a copy of that actual approval? I have a copy with me if you.
you have a copy of the approval?
You guys signed it that night.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's not in the minutes though, I didn't, so. let's just-
We're missing a piece of paper. If you have it, then all you need is that. Is that not, I know we done it.
I knew we had too, but I just was concerned.
Well, I didn't know if it was just did it just get signed or did it get approved?
No, I remember him being here. That's
It would have
why-
been approved when?
When Darren was here in August.
Yeah. so I've got a
Maybe
letter
we
here.
just didn't, I mean, we didn't go, she only went back, like, she was looking at September, I
Oh,
don't know that
okay.
she went back. So if we've got it signed, I don't know about it.
No,
I
'cause
didn't,
when you got the
I didn't
email, you
personally
said-
go
I
look.
remember we did do
I
it. See,
remember
Yeah,
that.
Bill signed it, I think,
Yes.
Adam, you were out.
He was
that
out.
evening.
It was, I sat in that night, and you're right.
let me,
When
I'll
you
double
reminded me, I
check,
remember doing
I'll
it.
double check it.
Okay,
Okay, so we're not gonna.
Did you-
we're
did you
good,
need
we're
this
good on
copy?
that. We're good on that, so we just need to address the Baker Tilly.
You don't pay without approval.
I got you.
So then I want to make a motion to sign the contract with Baker Tilly. I get $20,000 is the amount. So I make that motion.
I have a first, I have a second. You got a second? Got a first and second. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion approved.
So can we send you this on email, or would you rather have a copy tonight?
You can email it to us.
It's the Baker Tilly contract, right? That's what you just passed.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Go in there.
You're welcome.
You guys are good. You guys are good to go.
Okay. Yes, thank you.
Thanks, we'll get you in there. All right, we'll jump back into the regular meeting going up. First item on the agenda is approval of January minutes. Everybody had a chance to look at them?
I will second.
You got a first and second. Any changes or additions? Comment? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the financials. We'll start that way. Eleven. Claim document, employee distribution. Go that way. What's that? I never did.
I think you should sign it.
That's what I thought.
That's mine.
You sign that top here, the thing document.
That's not
Yes,
claim
there-
document.
where it
You got-
says
you got
fiscal,
claim
if
document.
it
This is-
says fiscal
Yeah,
officer,
that's yours,
wherever it
isn't
says fiscal, that's me.
Yeah, there, you got claim document.
Wherever it says fiscal officer.
So claim docs, the only we need to really form paper.
Yeah.
Somebody make that motion.
We can, what you think, we've all, she said.
I make a motion to approve the claim document in the amount of $230,274.08.
I've got a first on the claim docket, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
First and second, any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's approved. I'm waiting, I'm not hurrying, we're just going around.
Somebody needs to.
We always mess this up.
I know, that's done, that can go that way. That, he's the last one there, I wanna get this. Let's get this in there and get that done, right before we go into the departments. We all got to sign it.
And make sure you check, yea or nay.
That's why I was looking for the signature.
And there's
page.
2 different documents.
There it is.
There's 2 signature pages for that. I have to upload all that to Gateway.
Where's the second?
Where's the second one?
There should be
This
one.
one here, you got signed already as physical officer on the last one.
Okay, is there, well, there's, What's that page right there by Tom, right there?
This goes with, this came out of the backside of this from the first part of the
Okay, look at,
resolution.
there's,
This is the last page.
is there another one with everybody listed?
No,
Nope.
300,000 there. So,
Okay, long, just wherever it's listed,
yep, there's one on the front
Okay.
page, front and back.
there's
Yep,
two of
there's
them,
two.
yeah, there's two different sets.
All right, front and back. While he's finishing that, we had the appropriation, additional appropriation. I've got resolution 2025-01 for the recommendation of the 300,000. Can I get a motion?
All motion to approve the 300,000 for the edit fund.
First and second, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so we've got. I screwed that up. I'm gonna put this other sheet on top so they're right together. So that is, yeah.
Well, you signed on Steve Martin.
My God.
She got me confused.
Should we get another print off of that? Is it gonna cause a problem?
I don't know.
This one's right, we only need the top page.
Yeah, because I think there's only the resolution's the one I got at.
Yes, that was my
That
bad.
one.
I got messed up with Steve, I started with Steve. You got him at the top.
I think it was, they did it alphabetical, so. So,
Adam's back up, so we have. Did we get an email with Doc?
yes, she sent it. It was late in the afternoon.
I slept in the afternoon.
Just a real quick question. I don't know if it's worth the time or if we're allowed to or whatever. I didn't see a bunch of them in there. But on the minorities expenses, are we allowed to utilize the rebate program?
Yes, we do. We do.
Okay. That explains why I didn't see a lot.
So we're
A
down
lot of
to,
times it buys.
we're down to departments and we've got everything else. there.
Yeah. Well,
That's where a lot of it goes. We put it back in. I just asked before I looked for vacation, I said, and if we go park.
Yes.
drink,
We
in
did, we're waiting on him to finish up.
I'm here. I can,
I didn't say hurry, we just said we were waiting.
I'm gonna say. Usually this goes down to Steve.
Steve didn't show up tonight.
I didn't see one.
Yes. I didn't see one either.
He usually copies me too.
I did not see one.
Email.
Yes, that was the resolution. That's it. That's just the rest of the resolution. Here's next up. Okay, jumping next, you need to get that sanitation, go to departments.
So on sanitation, Amy thankfully is checking, about getting the dumpster for the spring cleanup. We did have a conversation, in the fall, we did 3 dumpsters. We put an extra one at the fire station, since I live right beside it. I did say it got used and utilized and was completely full, so I think for spring, we should do the same thing, get 3 this time. That's all I have on sanitation. You want me to go to planning and zoning? Next.
While you're there,
So on
go
here.
ahead and get it done.
Okay. On planning and zoning, John, there's a couple different properties that we need your expertise on. So the first one on the 14821 West Commerce, Jazzy's Truck Repair. We know that you have sent out on December 20th, the letter about the ordinance violation. We're gonna have Bud identify what all needs fixed. That kind of goes against that ordinance. And what we would like, after he identifies that, is to send out another letter detailing what we would like fixed and giving either like a 2-week time period for them to address it. And then they would be in violation and could get potential fines if they
Well,
don't address it in that time frame.
And remember, the one is the parking lot, he can't address for over 2 months.
Right, but our
Asphalt
thought,
plant's not open.
it was to at least come to us with a plan of
Yeah,
action.
he's still got other areas that need to be addressed, that could be taken care of now. Bud was gonna work to get a list of that together, and we can forward that on to you. But the parking lot, he cannot address until the plan.
The next one that we needed your advice on is 15720 West Commerce. We have received notice from the Delaware County Health Department that the property is not livable and it needs to be vacated. They were given this notice on the 17th of January and said that they had needed to vacate the property by the 1st of February. And so we're asking what our action plan needs to be at this point with the police department.
Are they still on the property?
We don't know. We got this and we don't know if it's been enforced. Yeah, that's next was going there.
I was there last Friday with the health department and they have extended it. They have done massive cleanup out there. They have electricity now, they have water now. The health department is giving them pretty much kind of a day by day. The owner's got to keep in contact with him, with the health department daily to let them know what's going on.
Okay. Okay, thank you for that, because the last that we had
Yeah,
received.
we
was
didn't
the
get
notice.
anything further than it was to be vacated. And we didn't know who was the enforcement mechanism going forward from
Oh,
there, how we needed to proceed.
From what I got from the health department, as long as they keep up progress, they're not going to make them vacate. They do have running water now, the toilets work, and so as long as they keep making progress, I don't think they're gonna kick them out.
In my experience with those matters, the health department is the driving force on this. And if they need assistance on enforcement, they either will come to me as a county attorney, or they'll go to the Delaware County Sheriff or the Shelbyville Police Department if they really feel that there's a serious problem.
Okay,
So the health department kind of runs the show, and they do exactly what he was describing, as they give enough room so that they can work on it, and they're happy. So I usually let the health department just run
just
that.
for the show.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. We appreciate that. I think that's it.
Tom, water?
Brad, water?
Are you gonna raise a fire hydrant out at QT I gotta raise the fire hydrant out there. Then, I got 2 valves I gotta replace down at the water plant.
We also had a visual tank inspection report, which we have went flying colors. They looked at the foundation, tank structure and exterior coating system, interior coating system. And then the summary of the inspection was the tank is in good condition overall. The tank was in use during the inspections and they had a bunch of photographs. So, but it went through great. So, thank you. Good job, Brad and Dan. Appreciate it. The water.
Streets, you want to go streets?
Streets? How about stormwater building?
Just working on
It's proceeding. The installation and have the bathroom partially built. The electricity's boxed in.
them. They ought to be here tomorrow to hook up the electricity to the building,
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Brad would like to cement the outside as soon as he can. So we're gonna have some more expenses. So I don't know how you guys want me to just step by step get like a verbal approval and the next board meeting will approve formally the things, or do you want to approve a
And we got any
sum?
quotes for it?
Not yet. We're not there yet.
So let's just grab some quotes and go down like we normally do.
That's fine.
Go through the check.
Okay. Good deal.
You want, no, you want to go ahead and open these?
Oh,
We've got the
I forgot about
CCMG,
that.
yeah, we have, Bronco Drive and, Elbert Street, we got two bids came in sealed, EMB paving and Midwest paving, 2 of them. Picked that up pretty good.
For Bronco and. what was the other?
Bronco and Elbert.
Elbert.
Okay, to make sure I got the right numbers. John, Midwest paving. Yeah, Midwest paving. Elbert Street, Sergeant, total bid $31,220. Bronco Drive, 2nd Street to 4th Street, $123,949.69. Total bid price of $155,269.69.
who was that? Midwest.
Midwest. Financials. EMB is the next one. I'll give this to John. All right. Itemized out. Elbert Street from Sergeant to Carroll, $31,540. Bronco Drive, 2nd Street to 4th Street, $116,985. Total bid, grand total, $148,525. Looks like EMB was the lowest bid. I think we always have John review to make sure everything's good, but pending,
Make sure they have all the paperwork.
yeah, make sure all the paperwork, all the docs are there, but pending John's review. I'd take a motion if you so
Can
desire.
we do it? John's review and contingent on.
Contingent.
the crossing monies.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we already got,
Did we get approved for it?
Yeah.
Have we got approved for
Yes.
it?
yes, this is approved. We're doing this one now. We're doing another one. We've been approved at this, so yes, pending. This
Yeah,
will
we've
be,
been approved for this one.
yeah, this.
Oh, this was last.
Yes.
This has been.
This
sitting
is
there
coming,
for a
right,
while.
this is when we did the last one, July, we
Yeah.
gotta go back, so we need to give, if you wanna go ahead and give a temporary approval.
I'll take a look at them right now, just
All good?
And
continue on your meeting, I'll look at them and
also, our approval needs to be contingent on the fact that there are no utilities on Bronco Drive underneath, where the project's gonna be.
So we would just.
We'll come back to that while John reviews them. All right,
You're not doing a motion right
no, police.
I'm gonna defer to the chief since he's here.
Okay. The Tesla should be up out on the street by the end of the month. Hopefully it goes at the first of the week to, have the cage put in it. Right now, it's having the lights and everything put in it this week, so hopefully next week the cage will go in. We'll have it out on the street. So hopefully within the next month or so, we can figure out, like, compare the gas to what the electricity is gonna cost in the vehicle before we move forward to buy any more. We do have 4 trucks that's coming about 6 years old. 2 of them we probably need to replace, which is the reserve vehicles that has the most mileage on them. But me and Adam, we've talked, and we're gonna sort of hold off to see how this Tesla goes. And if it goes pretty well, then maybe we'll look at replacing the trucks with 2 more Teslas. And they'll be parked out here, so we've already got the charging stations here. Next thing, I will have a couple companies coming in this summer that will be working with us. They'll bring in some tier 1 operators in. We'll be working at the school, going more or less to active shooter training with them. The 2 companies that's coming in they're actually going to lead what they're bringing here for us, which we're looking about $40,000 or $50,000 with equipment that they will leave and give to the town for us to use. The next thing is there's a bill out, 1186 through the State House to do with our reserve program. And if people don't know about this, if this goes through, we could actually almost lose our reserve officers. And if that happens, we're gonna have to have more full-time officers. I would suggest everybody to contact their state legislators and try to get them to vote against this bill. But what it'll end up and do is the reserves will only have like arrest powers within the town limits and nothing outside the town limits. So if a reserve is working, you live outside the town limits, we are the closest to respond. That reserve more or less cannot go outside of the town limits because he will not have his arrest powers outside of the town limits. From my understanding, the guy that did the bill owns a security company, and he's working with some of the bigger agencies to push some of the smaller agencies and the reserves out of working security. Because a lot of them, they go like to Indianapolis and places like that, and that's more cost. So I would suggest, I know a lot of us small town police departments are getting together. We're gonna send letters and everything out. But this will kill some of the small town police departments that actually use reserves. And another one of the problems, and I agree with this one, is there are some police departments that hand out badges to people. They don't work, they don't do anything except go to the security. Then they want to have police vehicles. That's not really police vehicles, and I get that. You shouldn't have that. But if you're a reserve and you're on a police department, you should at least have shifts you have to work, and you should be trained. And I get it, some departments don't do it, but I don't want to see it hurting places like us, Chesterfield, and other departments that actually make their reserves work a shift. So if you guys could reach out, type up a letter or something, send it to your state legislators, that would be great. That's all I got, guys.
Thank you.
Anything?
Maybe we could get something drafted and everyone on the board sign it.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, it would hurt us tremendous.
I would suggest making a motion to do that and approval, so you at least have it in minutes as well.
I make a motion that we draft, not draft, we send a letter to our state legislative first representative to express our desire to have that bill
opposition to bill, what bill is it?
1186.
1186.
1186?
I'll still 1186.
Yeah, HB 1186.
HB 1186.
Yeah, Bill, we also have Steve Overmeyer. He's typed up a letter that he sent to us about how on the citations, we only receive $4 out of the citations, which, you know, some of them could be $100 to $200. All we get is $4, which goes into our training fund, which honestly is not much. When you look at most training costs $600 to $1,500 to send people to. And sometimes you have to send them, pay for hotel room, food, and everything else. But I just wanted to acknowledge Steve that he typed that letter and he will be sending it to the state.
To say we need more?
Yeah,
We're getting the small end of the stick on that one.
Thank you, Steve.
Appreciate it.
I have to wonder if Tammy would like to have that for a while. Then I can, that way you'll have what's there, what I proposed. And I'm just asking, we get our fair share of what we need for training, maintenance, and things like that.
Okay, another letter we could put together and send in with this. I mean, we wouldn't have to write nearly as many tickets if they just gave us more money.
I know.
Just joking.
Okay, I had a first on Tom.
I second the letter.
Okay, got a first and a second on the letter for HB 1186. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Okay.
James, can you draft us a letter?
Mhm.
Because you know, you can put down what you know best. Yeah. we
Get
can
the
do that.
information, Trina did it too.
Yeah.
It's really
Thank
good
you.
at that.
using AI to type letters and everything.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Why don't you tell me that earlier?
We had a meeting last night. We met with our Dan Lake about our 5-year plan. We're progressing toward that. We went over a few questions that he had on just some facts that we needed. And we're getting ready to do the next phase. We also approved our landscaper. We Daily Rate Landscape did the landscaping for us last year, did an awesome job. So the board wanted to just renew it. He gave us contract for the same amount as that he did last year. So he did not raise the price at all. So we decided to accept that. So you guys approve us spending $8,530 on our landscaping out of our park fund.
8,530.
So we need to make a motion on that, or just make a motion we approve the landscaping contract with the Bull Walters Park.
That's first. Second. First and second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Approved. Anything else, Amy?
No, we're just discussing getting plans in place for,
Sorry.
getting plans in place just for the summer and all that, so.
All right,
That's it.
no Steve, so no 80-day titles. New business, the 5-year town plan, we put that on hold, correct? We're just leaving that table?
Oh, the town plan. As far as I know, you
The
take.
5-year, we're
No,
tabling the 5-year town plan
Yeah.
right now until we get the other information. Okay. Hometown hero update.
It seems to be well received. I got an update from Trina, because we pretty much dumped it on Trina, it seems like, successfully. And we've had some interest.
There've been lots of
We
people,
would love to get some checks.
there's people interested in nominating people, but funding is not there. So that's part of the problem.
Let me see here.
Can they self-fund the
Yes,
banner?
they
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Okay.
Now, that's the
They'll-
idea,
Any
really.
donations is, yeah, they want to nominate somebody and then,
What's the banner pricing?
What's that?
What's the banner price?
But $100 for the banner and the rack, the support.
yeah, so it's $100.
So we got $1,000 from the Legion, but that basically covers 10 people. And so, but we have,
And then we got a list from the Legion that had 20 on it.
Yeah, but, yeah, more than that probably. Trina said, this program has kept our office very busy. We have 6 printed submissions. I had to make a form for some of our experienced folks, since online submissions were too tough for them to navigate. We also have 5 online submissions, so we are a total of 11 submissions right now. That's not including the American Legion list. They said they get calls every day about it, so.
But she has it as a regular thing that pops up on our Facebook town page, so.
Do you have to buy a certain number, like a minimum quantity to get that $100 rate?
No.
Because my thought would be is if you guys get those 10 and get them up, that's gonna build additional.
Right. I was gonna send some sponsorship letters out to a couple of people that have money, lots of money, that hopefully get some. I was hoping actually that the town would maybe supplement it. And I haven't decided to approach that yet at a board meeting, but maybe match what's been contributed or something like that.
Yeah.
So, now these only last, these banners basically only last a year or two probably, being in the weather. The idea was to have them out from Memorial Day till Veterans Day. So that's almost 6 months of weather.
I think I mentioned it before, but the town where my company's offices are located in New York, they participate in this program, and it is extremely impressive to see, the banners up all over town.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to being there.
I am too. I'm really excited about it. When we drive through towns going around Indiana, the towns that stick out are the ones that have the banners up. It's just gorgeous. Yes, sir.
I finally got a hold of Jeff Stewart for 4-H Stewart.
Oh,
So
Cory.
I need to get some paperwork to him so he knows what to get, or tell me how to get on a website or something. Because Jeff said he would try to get stuff together.
Good.
I think there's a link on the town Facebook page that you can go to, so.
I think he should be the first one.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
All right, that takes us, the rest of them are pretty well wiped out. John, I'm gonna go back to this. Have we got those reviewed there? You good?
Are you considering these 2 separate projects or one project combined?
It's 2 separate projects, but they put it in one bid, yes.
Okay, but
But for the grant, it had to be separated. It is one thing inside the grant, but it is 2 separate.
because Midwest was actually the low bidder on the Elbert Street section. They were low bidder by about $320. $220.
Have you used them for anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember when, but. I just-
Speed, Shell.
Okay. They do a good job, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Real good job.
And we know E&B.
And then E&B was the low bidder on the Bronco Drive from 2nd to 4th Street by about $7,000.
They were overall low bid.
But they were overall low, that 7,000 made up for the 2,000. So you have, depends on how the board wants to do it. If you want to, if it's all one project, you want to consider it to be one project, you're still below the $150,000 threshold. So actually Midwest would be over that, but E&B is below that.
Their pricing's not contingent upon the approval of both projects?
I didn't see that.
And then you get into mobilization and going.
Yeah.
It's.
Yeah.
I'd rather
Just
just
pick
maybe
one.
it's just one.
I would too.
So we can make a motion now?
Yes, I found all the other documents appropriate. They're both qualified, competent companies. I'm familiar with both of them.
I'll make a motion that we approve the E&B bid. Contingent upon any utility locate issues on Bronco Drive. For Elbert, are there any contingencies there?
No, it was the only question was there, and we've got that, me and Brad have talked that, we've got that going as of right now. We'll know the answer to that firmly by Thursday.
Okay. And the amount of that bid for my.
$148,525.
That.
I'll second.
We got a first and second, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Approved. Now, with that, I would ask you guys, this has to be, all documents have to be signed and back by March 7th, so I would ask for the board's approval for me to sign the contracts and the paperwork for NDOT.
Does the state, seem like they recognize a person, like maybe Adam has to sign?
They did, but when we switched the last, because we got into this from last year to this year, and I had to go over, so now she did it, so yes, they know the executive this year.
So do we need to make a formal?
Yeah, I'm asking you guys if you would make that motion so that I can get these documents signed and turned in, since you've approved this before the March 7th date is our deadline, and we don't meet until the 11th.
So I make a motion that the board approves Bill to be able to sign the documentation so that we don't miss the March 7th deadline
Yeah, for the community crossing.
for the community crossing.
I second.
Got a first and second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All abstained, it carries.
And that gives us plenty of time to ensure that there's no issues.
Yeah, we'll know by Friday.
We'll know Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday,
Everything is
Friday,
good-
or
Everything
most.
is good there. If it's not, then you'll see an email from me, and if we have to go into a special meeting, decide. The other side of the step of this is, if there was one that was missed there, we have a choice to either proceed with Albert, even with the bid, or rebid this package again and take the grant at the next site.
It just depends on what it is.
It depends on what's there, yes. I mean, so I think we've got everything covered. We'll know more on Thursday when we get through that.
Just so everybody knows, this is a 75% funded grant. Basically, we pay 25% of the road project, the state pays 75% of it. This has saved us probably hundreds of thousands of dollars, because we have almost got, I think we've got a grant every time we applied except for once.
We were just going over $800,000 the last time I looked, so I'm saying we're close to $1 million now.
Oh, yeah.
Since the 2016 when
It's
we
a great program.
roundtable, when we were in Hagerstown, me and you. Okay, moving on, I got one more item on bid here. I got Commonwealth invoice
We
6201.
don't need that one.
We did it?
We don't need it.
Yeah, I got that. That's
We
fine.
took care of it.
That was part of the other one?
That's
Okay,
part
so
of the
that
other
takes
thing.
all that off. Seeing now I'm at the bottom of the agenda, does the board members have any other business this evening? Nope. Public, anybody have any comments or? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I will second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Meeting's adjourned. Good. Oh, I'm sorry about your luck. Sorry about your luck. Your stomach says like, "Hey, what was that on here?"
Okay, okay, you've already sent it in. Yeah, they just have a lot of,
Hey, Bill.
a lot of work.